We are taking our next topic, which is what? Capital budgeting. Capital budgeting. Whenever you hear of capital budgeting, it is assessing a long-term investment. Okay, assessing a long-term investment or project to decide whether you want to invest in or not. So what is going to happen is we are going to look at the fundamental economic principle, cost and benefit. If you do the assessment and realize that what you are going to get out of it, the cash flows from it, is more than what you are going to spend, then you have to what? You can go in for the project. But if the cost is more than the benefit, then it is economically wise not to enter into such project. Now, when we talk of long-term projects, we are talking of projects like acquiring fixed assets like land and building, plant and machinery, or doing research and development. It can also be expansion of existing products or introducing a new product altogether. Okay, so these are some of the things that we term as long-term projects. Okay, all right. Concepts that are considered under capital projects: opportunity cost. When we talk of opportunity, we're talking of the next best alternative what? Investment. The next best alternative project. Okay, and by this we are looking at the benefit and the cost. If the other one is going to cost less, the benefit is going to be more, then why don't you go in for that? Another thing we consider under the concept of capital budget is time value of money. Time value of money. Okay. Whenever you see a firm, whenever we are doing any calculation and you see are doing discounting or compounding in it, we are definitely considering time value of money, because we are bringing the thing, a value that we are going to pay in future to the present term, or we are going to get in future to the present term, to deal with the cost we are going to spend, to know whether we are going to what actually benefit, or we are moving an amount now to a future term to know whether it's good. So whenever you see this, it means we are considering time value of money. Okay, all right. Now we have two main techniques. For assessing capital budgeting. Now they are hello. They are the non-discounted method and discounted method. Non-discounted method is normally referred to as traditional method. Why? Because they are old. We started with that. And the first one was payback period. That is for the non-discounted. The second one is accounting rate of return. Okay. Accounting rate of return. Discounted or modern method. Discounted, we will consider net present value, internal rate of return, and profitability index. Net present value, internal rate of return, and profitability index. Okay, so we are going to do payback period. When we talk of payback period, right, in this investment, in assessing this investment, the investors are looking at how long it will take for them to recover back the investment they made. How long it will take to cover back the investment they made. That is what they are considering. The disadvantage part of this is that they don't take into consideration time value of money. That I invested 1,000 cedis and I'm going to get it in 5 years' time. They are not thinking of by 5 years that this 1,000 Ghana cedi, the value would have what? Reduced. Okay. The amount is the same, but the value or what it can do, the work as what? Reduce. They don't take that into consideration. Payback period advantage that is very easy to calculate. It's very simple to calculate. It's easy to understand. Okay. So that's it. A disadvantage of payback period. Another one is that why are they thinking of just recovering the amount invested? What of making profit on it? They are not taking that into consideration. The concept is just based on, let me recover my money, the money I invested. So at the end of the day, the question is, are you better off? Or you just want to remain the same? Okay. All right. So that is with a payback period. And as times I'll just be explaining each of them. Anyone I'll pick to teach to solve question on, I will explain it. Okay. So let's go to payback period. There's the formula for payback period. Year of full recovery. The attention our target is to recover the amount we invested. Now, sometimes we are not able to recover the full amount in a particular year. We have to take a portion of the next year. Then it comes with remaining costs at the start of the year over cash flow during the year, over the cash flow during the year. So let's look at this. From this question, you see this one in brackets. This 1,000 cedi is the amount that have been invested. That the investor is going to invest. We are assessing the project, so probably have not, but from the assessment, you are going to invest 1,000 Ghana cedi. Now, the first year, the cash flow that's going to come in with 500. The second year is 400. The third year is 300. The fourth year is 100. Now, with the payback period, our intention or our focus is on how long it will take for us to recover our the cost we have spent or the capital we invested. So therefore, looking at this form, we're going to use this information to calculate. Okay. Now, let me continue with the formula equals to, they say year of full recovery. Now this is what? 1,000. Okay. This is 1,000. The first year we are getting what? 500. So we've not recovered the amount 1,000 fully. The second year you're getting 900. We've not recovered the amount fully. The third year is what? 300. When we add it to it, it's going to be 1,002. So we are taking all the 3 years will be what? Above the amount that we invested. So what we do is the first year we take the 2. So we have 2 years. Okay, please, 2 years. That is the 2. Now then, how to get the remaining period in addition to the 2 years is for us to look at the amount that is we are left with. This is 900, right? 100 plus 400 is 900. So we are left with 100 cedis. Okay, we write our 100 cedis. Okay, all over what? The cash flow during that particular, which is what? 300. Okay, so please divide 100 by 300. What are we getting?
0.33
plus 0.33. Okay, so meaning that it will take us 2.33 years to recover what? The amount we invested. Okay, to recover the amount we invested. Are we okay? All right. I think I didn't add any question. I didn't know that we can move over, but I'm going to add one of the modern technique. I want to add one of the modern techniques right now for us to solve. Okay. Then the other one is quite long and it needs more explanation. So, okay, duplicate. So let's I'm coming. I'm trying to get a question for us to solve. Okay, so when there's a payback period, what is happening is that the shorter period, the better. Okay, so um, if it's shorter than estimated period, then we pick it. Okay, then if it's more than one project is 2, 3, then you are going to pick the one with the shorter period. That's payback period. Now let's move back. We are going to do one of the more discounted method or the modern method. Okay, and we are going to do net present value. Okay, when we talk of net present value, is the difference between the a present value of cash inflows minus present. Okay, so that's it. Okay, that is NPV, net present value. That's it. So in other words, if it's NPV is positive, we take the project. If it's negative, we don't. Because the cash flow to come in, cash outflows is the money you have invested into the what project. Okay, that's the cash outflow. Then the cash inflows. At the end of the day, every rational human being wants expect the cash inflows to be more than the cash outflows. Okay, so if the cash inflow is more than the cash outflow, then we have positive NPV. We can then you are advised to you can what invest. But if you have negative NPV, you can't invest. Okay, so let's go to the question. Right, net present value. Net present value. So let me do some small adjustment to this question. Okay, the management of fine electronic companies is considering to purchase equipment to be attached to the main manufacturing machine. The equipment will cost 6,000 and will increase cash flow by 2,000. Okay, and will bring in cash flow of 2,200 for year one, 3,100 for year two, 1,900 for year three, 5,200 for year four, and it's up to, okay, let's make this also 5 for 5 years. After the 5 years, and I'm making 4, okay, for 5 years. And 900 for the 5th year. Okay, so there's the question. All right. We want to calculate NPV. So please let's pay attention to the information. They are saying that the management of fine electronic company is considering to purchase an equipment to be attached to the main manufacturing machine. The equipment will cost 6,000 and will bring in cash inflows. If I'm writing info, there's no need bringing in. And it will bring cash inflows of 2,200 for the first year, 3,100 for the second year, 1,900 for the third year, 5,200 for the fourth year, and 900 for the what? 5th year. Okay. The useful life of the equipment is 5 years, and after the 5 years, it will have no salvage value. Okay. The management wants a return, want a 20% return on all investment. So we are going to work on use this information to work. The first thing I ask now to do is calculate the net present value of the investment. The second thing I ask now to should the equipment be what purchased according to the NPV analysis. So after calculating this, we know whether we should invest or not. Let me get a table to assist me, make my work easier. Please, can you see the table? If I say I'm drawing table here, I will not draw it tonight, so I need a table. So we have year 1, 2. We have let me clean everything. Clean everything. Okay, so if let's now we have the information. The lifespan of lifespan of the I don't know what type I should use this thing. The lifespan of the according to the question is 5 years, right? And it said the first year they are going to get cash info for 2,200. Scale is 3,300. So first year 2,200 is already written here. Okay. Okay, so the first year is 2,200. The second is 3,100. The third year is 1,900, 1,900, 5,200. Okay, so the third year is 1,900, 1,900. The fourth year is what? 5,200. Then the fifth year is 900. So these are the cash flow for the period. Now, the next thing is for us to calculate the discounting factor based on the rate. And discounting factor is is 1 over
exponent
1 plus
2
r raise the power. Hey, how am I going to rewrite this raise the power? Hey, let me use. If I use this, it's very hard to convert to. The typing is quite easier. Yeah.
6 9 4.
So raise the power time t, or you can some people will use n. So raise the power t. Okay. So that is the discounting factor. Okay. Now, to get the discounting factor from the question, they've given us what? That the management wants 20% return on all investment. 20% return on all investment, meaning that this place, meaning that it's going to be 1 over 1
plus
plus
0.20.
0.2. It is for discounting factor. Raise the power t. So what we are going to do is that we are going to calculate this based on the number of years here. So 1 over, so now it means we have what? 1 over 1.12. 1.20. Raise the power t. So this t we can't determine it because each of them have a different year. Okay, that is coming in. So we are going to take this 1 over 1.20, raise the power 1. What we get to put it here. 1 over 1.20, raise the power 2. What we get to put it here. 1 over 1.3, 1.20, raise the power 3. What we get to put it here. So please let's let our calculator start working. Okay, so what are we getting? are we getting for a year?
0.83.
0.833. It's supposed to be in 3 decimal places. 0.833.
Decimal places.
Okay, the second year, what are we getting?
Madam, please, it's 3 decimal places. 0.833.
3 decimal place.
The year 0 will be 1.000.
Second one is what?
6.94.
Pardon?
0.694. 694.
Okay, the third year will be what?
0.578. Or 79. 0.579.
The next one is
The next one is 0.482. 0.482.
and the last one is
0.402.
okay, that's okay. The next thing you do is you multiply this by this. What you get, you write. You multiply this by this. What you get, it right. So let's start this by this.
First,
1832.6.
18.
32.6. Then we have
What again?
2151.4.
This is money. So let me put Ghana cedi here. Okay. The second one is what?
2151.4. 51.4.
2151 point what?
4.
0.4.
4 zeros. It's money. So 2 decimal place. The next one.
The next one is 1100.1.10. Sorry.
The next one.
Next one is 2506.40. 2506.40.
0.40.
Yes, please. Please, someone should confirm.
Tell me I'm writing. If they will not check. The next one is what?
361.80.
36 one.
Yes, please. 361.80.
Okay, so let's get the total. Please, what are we, when you add this, what are we getting? Please, what are we getting? So today is only one person who is calculating.
79.52. 79.52. 7,952.30.
7,900 and what?
52. 52. .30.
So we said that NPV. We said that NPV is what? Cash inflows, present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash inflows minus what? Present value of cash outflows. So we have the present value of cash inflows, okay? The total of it. Now let's go to the question. They said the person invested 6,000. So the money that went out is only what? 6,000. So we come here.
That's the cost, the initial cost.
That is the
I'm saying
first
the initial
year.
cost.
The first, before, initially, when they decided to do the investment, when they started the investment, they're going to spend 6,000. And since to get the NPV, you have to subtract what? Cash outflows for me. So this one will be in bracket. Then we did underline it. So you subtract this from this, okay? You are going to get what? 1, 9, 5, 2. 0.3. So at the end of the day, we see in this question that after deducting the cash outflow from it, we are getting what? Positive NPV, right? And if it's positive NPV, the advice based on the requirement for the second requirement is, should the equipment be purchased according to NPV analysis? Well, according to NPV analysis, it should be purchased because it's what? We have positive what? NPV. Okay. We have positive NPV. Okay. So that is it. Any question?
Please, I have a question on the paper. Yes, please.
Okay.
On the payback method.
On the payback method.
You said one disadvantage is that it doesn't consider profits.
It doesn't consider what?
Consider profits.
Yeah.
Or
it
the
doesn't
income
consider profit. It doesn't
from.
consider after the cash flows that will come after they have recovered their the amount they invested.
Okay. So like I was saying, in the example that we did, like the one you saw with us, after the payback period, I think the payback period is 2 years, 3 months, 3 weeks. So after that, all the cash flows or the money that will be generated, I think that one, the profit of
they don't consider it.
Okay.
Their focus, if you listen to the explanation, my focus is how long will it take to cover the amount we spent. The cash after, we don't consider it. They didn't consider it at the payback period.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have even from our mind. So what are some of the advantage of net present value? We say it's considered time value of money. Net present value, and is one of the best ways to evaluate your product. Okay. So that's one considered time value of money. It doesn't have any disadvantage. Well, maybe it has, but so please, this is net present value. Okay. Any other question?
Madam, it's not a question, but it's somehow a class discussion that we have, and then we only want to appeal to you. What we discussed that, well, maybe I was supposed to call you, but since we are on the platform, maybe I should call you. That if you could do us that favor,